community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. We got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how it must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Hey! Hey, it is Monday, July 10th, I think, right?
It's a monsoon out there. Yes,
You know
happy birthday to my mom.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Get that off right off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, giving birth to you couldn't have been that easy, right?
No.
No. So hats off to her.
And then putting up with me for all these years hasn't been easy either.
The woman's a saint. God bless her. Now, does she listen?
Probably not. She's probably working. She still works at 70.
Oh, wow. Where
She works for the Wall Street Journal as a customer service representative.
Nice.
And for the past 3 years, it's been home, but I guess they're making her go in like 1 or 2 days a week or something.
Oh. All right, well, let's do the opening, and then we can chat.
Yes.
As I said, it's July 10th. On this day in 1778, France enters the war against the British in the American Revolution. Now, it's kind of romantic to think that we beat the British on our own, but we did have help.
Of course we did.
So it's okay to make fun of the French, but let's just refrain from doing it on July 10th. Tomorrow we'll tell you the joke about the Frenchman who walks into a bar with a frog on his head. But today, it's thank you, France.
Founding father Ben Franklin was instrumental in doing that.
He absolutely was.
Yeah.
I like Ben. You know why? Ben was smart enough not to run for president. he knew.
Yeah.
What the hell do I want with that? Always informative and sometimes entertaining. You're listening to That'll Learn Ya with its just absolutely pleasant host, Michael Buster McMahon.
Are you sure about that?
I am Michael Buster McMahon, and as anybody who knows anything about fashion can tell you, it's not what you wear, it's who you wear. So I'm wearing somebody named Clarence today, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah, he does good work.
Okay.
Joining me is my pal, producer Peter Cole. Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Speaking of the French, Peter never understood them, especially when they got mad when told to eat cake. I'll eat cake, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm sure they were a little upset about that, especially by who said it.
I'm just, hey, Michael, go eat cake. Okay. Today in the show, just some great songs and cool facts about them. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss how you can have pizza and cookies every day and still live a healthy lifestyle.
Impossible.
But we probably won't have time for that. So sit back and relax and remember, if you hear weird noises in the night, simply make weirder noises to assert dominance. That's damn good advice.
Okay.
I like the rain. I know maybe that makes me weird. I'm glad it didn't rain yesterday. I had a busy full day yesterday. I had a fantastic day. I went to Purgatory Chasm. You aware of Purgatory Chasm?
No, where's that?
It's in Sutton, Massachusetts. It's like a mini Grand Canyon that we have right here in Massachusetts.
There's also a nice one out by in the Finger Lakes. There's a beautiful one too.
Finger Lakes are not that as convenient to get to, though.
True, yeah, true.
But I think it's an under-heralded gem that tourist thing that we have right here in this state, and it's wonderful. You get to walk through all these rocks and hike through these trails. It's fantastic.
You went hiking?
Yeah,
Ah.
I do like to hike. One of my favorite places to hike. I love the walking through the old cemetery at the end of my street.
You're out of breath drumming a solo here.
Sometimes I hold up okay though. And then I went to the Woo Sox game, and they beat the Syracuse Mets. I hate the Mets so much.
Okay.
So I hate all New York teams. You know that. Yeah. So that was it was a full and complete day.
Gotcha.
So yeah, as much as I love the rain, I'm glad this held off because there was a possibility it was going to rain yesterday, and all those things we couldn't have done that yesterday. So this is kind of cool. My family's away.
I heard that.
Yeah, it's just been heroin and hookers.
I was giving your
all week.
wife advice yesterday on how to view a law.
That's right. Did you hear back from her? Did she see it?
She wasn't sure if she was going to be able to stay up that late.
Well, yeah. Well, that's cool. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for assisting her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gone for 2 weeks. I'm left unsupervised.
That's a little scary right there.
Anyway. Yeah,
That's a little scary.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have guilt-free naps. Naps when I'm tired without feeling guilty about it. And I'm going to do some writing. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
And one of the things I'm writing, now I'm sure you're absolutely shocked by my first song choice.
I'm
Right?
never shocked by your song
No?
choices.
Okay, because we all know that I think Time Passages is a much, much better song than Year of the Cat by Al Stewart. And I was very upset to find out that Al Stewart does not agree with me. He thinks Year of the Cat is fantastic, and he thinks Time Passages is crap. But I've been working. In 1994, I came up with this detective series about this old grizzled veteran who's bitter because his fiancée was murdered, and when he was trying to find out about who murdered her, he found out she was having an affair with the Irish mobster, Cain Abel Fitzgerald. That's a good name. And so he takes in this young protege because nobody will help her. She's the daughter of another mafia, Philadelphia, the Italian mafia, and nobody will touch her because she's a girl, and it's the 70s, so there's sexism, and people are afraid of her family. And out of desperation, she hires him to solve a cold case that she pretends to be part of, and together they solve the crime, and they become sort of like a working team. And there's a whole bunch of episodes. And I came up with that in 1994. Didn't have anything to do with it. I'm going to make them into plays because, darn it, I want these characters to exist. So,
Okay.
so that's what I've been working on. I want to finish this by the time the family comes back. So,
Should we keep an eye on your car all day today?
on my car?
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't she look nice? It looks like she's lacquered up. That's Charlotte Adele Lacrosse. She is a very rare. They only made about 2,500 of them. It's a Lacrosse Super. She gets about 14 feet per gallon, but she can give my GTA a run. She is just as fast as my Trans Am GTA. And
I heard there was a issue about giving blood the other day.
yeah, because I was activating the Trans Am and she sat a little while, and I really wanted to jump the GTA with my wife's car before she left. They drove to Florida, the crazy people that they are.
I'm driving to Florida.
So, but it didn't work out.
Did they take the train like I told them to?
No, they drove all the way straight down.
They're crazy.
They took a 2-hour nap, and that was it. They did the rest.
I've done that.
Yeah, that's
No,
crazy.
I've done that. I mean, it's just a long trip.
Yeah, she was running like she was bringing Coors beer from Texarkana down. I mean,
That should have been the song you started with.
It probably should have been. Yeah, so Charlotte and Jasmine Sapphire, they do not like each other. And Charlotte was very upset when I was having her jump Jasmine. She's yelling at her. She's like, start, you little... I'm not going to say the word that she called her.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're both up and running. And I could have brought the GTA today, but...
a little rainy.
Yeah, with her,
Kenny will get to see the GTA.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
You got to email him back, let him know you want to come in because he didn't know that.
Okay.
Up until
I'm gonna. I mean,
don't wait
I
because
won't.
he's going to make his schedule and you might get locked out.
I won't. Actually, I probably won't do a show next week. We'll probably do a rerun because those are the last couple days before my family comes, and I may be in writing mode. So
Okay.
Well,
just let us know beforehand. So.
I absolutely will do that tonight.
Okay.
That is my promise to you. If elected, Peter, that is my promise to the people.
You'll let us know if you're taking next week off?
Yes.
That's an easy promise to keep right there. You might get elected.
Yeah. That's what I'm not saying I'm promising bold things, but the ones I do, the promises I make, I will keep.
By the way, if you want some great satire out there, political satire, please read the Babylon Bee.
Oh yeah.
My God, they're
good stuff
so
there.
funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I agree. All right, so the point of why I'm playing this song is because the female, the young protege, her name is Catherine Ann Tomasetti. Her initials spell Cat, so her nickname is Kitty or the Cat. And the pilot episode of the series is all the episodes of the series that I was working on are named after 70s songs, and the pilot episode is called Year of the Cat.
Okay.
So in honor of that, I decided I wanted to play this. Now, Al Stewart, he had the music for this song, and he was going crazy because he didn't know what to do with it. Because every word that he came up with, even he'd bring it to his record company, and they're like, well, that's dumb. So, I mean, you think...
That's dumb. Just out of hand, just completely dismissed.
Yeah, like, that's dumb. Now, I would think eventually you'd say, you know what, maybe I should hire a lyricist. But I guess he's stubborn. He wanted to write the lyrics himself. So his girlfriend at the time was reading a book about Vietnamese astrology. And there's a chapter open called The Year of the Cat. And he goes, oh, wow. He's like, that's a great title. What's, I think it involves, the Chinese calendar. He goes, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about a lot of things. But I do recognize a title of a song that would sound cool. So he goes, that's it. The song is going to be called Year of the Cat. And then he worked the lyrics around the title. So it took him a long time to write the song. God bless him. I understand because, as I said, that TV series I was working on started in 1994. And the thing that really blows my mind takes place in 1977. So when it was conceived in 1994, it was closer to 77 than today is if it gets completed to 1994 when it was 30 years. That's crazy. Anyway, that's not what we do. We don't just blab. We play songs. Here is my second favorite.
Al Stewart
I
song?
don't think I could name a third. Oh, yes, I could. What was the other one? Who cares? Here's The Year of the Cat. 89.5 and WSKB.
On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like Peter Lorre contemplating a crime. She comes out of the sun in a silk dress, running like a watercolor in the rain. Don't bother asking for explanation, she'll just tell you that she came in the year of the cat. she locks up your arm in hers, and you follow till your sense of which direction completely disappears. By the blue tiled walls near the market stalls, there's a hidden door she leads you to. These days, she says, I feel my life just like a river running through the year of the cat. One morning comes and you're still with her, and the bus and the tourists are gone, and you've thrown away your choice and lost your ticket, so you have to stay on. But the drumbeat strains of the night remain, and the rhythm of the newborn day. You know sometime you're bound to leave her, but for now you're gonna stay in the year of the cat.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Oh, my friend had to ask me something they didn't understand. How I get all the women in the palms of my hands, and I told them to treat her like a lady. Oh, the best you can do. You got to treat her like a lady. She give in to you. Now hook and sink. You know what I mean. I know you've heard that a woman will soon take advantage of you. Let me tell you, my friend, there just ain't no substitute. You oughta but treat her like a lady. Oh, the best you can do. You got to treat her you've got to please her. You've got to hold her, 911, and make her feel you always need her. You know a woman is sentimental, and so it's easy to say it. So make her feel that she's for real, and she'll give you happiness. Oh, strange as it seems, you know you can't treat a woman mean. So my friends, now there you have it. I said it's to ease a simple way. Now if you fail to do this, don't blame her if she looks my way. 'Cause I'm gonna treat her like a lady, so affectionately. I'm gonna treat her like a lady. She give in to me. Now hook and sink. You know what I mean? Oh, you gotta treat her like a lady. Oh, the best you can do. You got to treat her like.
That's great advice. You know who loved that song?
Who?
My little girl, when she was like 2, like I would bounce her around to that song and she would giggle and everything. She absolutely loved that song. That's Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. Now, Sister Rose had already started a career. She was actually singing with a vocal group that was on Ed Sullivan. I knew the name would hit me. And basically the brothers wanted to start a band and they were doing everything. And the mother said, hey, Rose, can you come back home and help your brothers out? They want to start a band. And she did. And it worked. They had that one and another big hit, Too Late to Turn Back Now.
Okay.
My recall isn't 100% today, but I did get that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I got this buzzing in the headphone, but sometimes when I smack the thing here, it fixes it.
Make sure everything's connected properly.
I think you're onto something. I think you got something there. All right, so a friend of the, not friend of the program, much bigger, friend of the station, Angela Grout, said she wanted us to play a song for her, and that one's just as good as any. I didn't have anything that was like, when she asked me, she's like, play a song for me. I'm looking through all of them, and none of them really seemed necessarily appropriate to fit her, but Angela's a lady, so.
Okay.
I wanted to play something. I like Angela. You like Angela?
You should play Mickey for Angela. She was a cheerleader in high school.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of too late to add this song now. I mean, who am I to, God picked these songs to be played today. He sent them to me like on a mountain. I got them on the stone.
She says, great dancing, love the lip sync.
Oh, Angela's listening?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He should enter a lip sync competition.
And as you know, Peter, because
Morning, Angela.
You've got the access to the headphones. Sometimes I'm not lip syncing.
No.
I'm actually singing along.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, good. So I'm glad Angela liked her choice. So that was the song that we played for her. Now that I'm speaking about Angela, I've lost my place. Angela distracts me.
You've been distracted.
Angela is a fantastic writer of her own. I was talking about writing earlier.
She's got her own show now.
Yeah.
We've been running episodes of that.
So,
but one of my tasks whilst I'm on the train this week is to come up with a schedule now that COVID is completely and finally over, and I'm back to kind of a normal schedule where I don't have to like give up every prime time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want to come up with an actual schedule for shows that now that I have our series, there's like a whole bunch of series out there. So that's one of my goals for the 19 hours on the train.
Oh, good.
Yes.
And get some sleep and have something to eat too.
Oh, I'm going to do that. But
All right.
I mean, I have a task to accomplish while I'm there.
All right. So now this song is not about what you might think about. There's this line in the song, now there's only love in the dark. It's not a metaphor. The song was written to be a song about vampires.
Really?
Yes. After hearing Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, Bonnie Tyler approached him. She's like, I want Jim Steinman. That's what I'm talking about. Bonnie Tyler approached Jim Steinman, the guy who wrote all of Meatloaf's stuff.
Right.
And pretty much any theatrical song that you heard that was a hit in the 80s.
He was the loaf in the loaf.
Yeah. He did one of my favorite songs of all time, Making Love Out of Nothing at All. I love that song. And so he was writing a musical version of Nosferatu, which probably would have worked. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it didn't. He never finished it. How can you not finish a writing project that you started? Anyway.
Said every writer ever.
Yeah. Guilty.
Everybody's guilty.
Bonnie Tyler approached it to him, and he gave it to her. Well, they made some kind of financial arrangement. I don't think it was an outright gift, but became a monster hit for Bonnie Tyler, who my voice was starting to slip in a Bonnie Tyler voice there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark, raspy woman. I like Bonnie Tyler.
It's the weather. Blame it on the weather.
Yeah, I do love this weather. I know that makes me weird.
It's good sleeping weather.
Yeah.
I passed out after my 16-hour shift yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I was up for 25 hours yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah. My mother knew I had a busy day. She stopped by work. She gave me this vitamin pill. And I don't know if it made a difference. However, I did see a difference.
You did?
Urinated Mountain Dew.
That means you're dehydrated.
Holy mackerel. I mean, wow. Anyway, here's Bonnie Tyler and Totally Eclipse of the Heart. Surprise, it's about vampires. 89.5 WSKB.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I get a little bit restless and I dream of something wise. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit helpless and I'm lying like a child in your arms. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit angry and I know I've got to get out and cry. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. The love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving off balls. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Upon a time I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. Turn around, bright eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Turn around.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Do 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 cowbell 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 do do. As I walk through this world, nothing can stop the Duke of Earl. And you are my girl, and no one can hurt you. Oh no, yes I. Duchess of Earl, we'll walk through my dukedom and the paradise we will share. Yes, I. Oh, I'm gonna love you. Oh, oh, nothing can stop me now, 'cause I'm the Duke of Earl. So
I think I identify as the Duke of Sandwich.
The Duke of Sandwich. You would. The
Earl of Sandwich.
The Earl of Sandwich is God bless him, he invented the sandwich.
Yes, I know.
That song, that's damn. Remember they had a commercial for Dijonnaise? Remember?
Yes.
Yes, I remember Dijonnaise. And it was great because you would think of it. I'm like, I would want to buy the product if that was outside.
Do they still even make that?
I don't think they do. No, it's because the commercial was so catchy, they had to discontinue the product.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up. That's true. Well, I'll tell you about that song. It started as a vocal exercise. This band was the Duquets, and they would use this as a vocal, as the do do do, and eventually they said, hey, why don't we try and make a song out of this? And so do 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 became Duke Duke Duke, and the band never did anything with it. But when Gene Chandler had a solo career from the band, he took the song And I'm sorry, guys. Maybe you should have released it as a song, because when Gene Chandler released it as a solo act, monster hit. Absolutely monster hit.
Okay.
And it's damn catchy. Every day, it's kind of weird. After a radio show, there's usually a song that'll get stuck in my head. And there's no logical explanation. Like, that would be, you'd say, all right, well, that might be the song that gets stuck in your head, Michael. But, it's usually just something obscure that was in the show. 2 weeks ago, we played Electric Blue by Ice House.
Yep.
That song was in my head for 3 days.
That'll do it. Yeah,
I couldn't.
definitely.
Yeah. All right. Now, this song, I love this song. Now, yes, if you listen carefully, you're like, wow, the backing vocalists sound a little familiar. Well, that's right, because Walter Egan wrote some songs for Fleetwood Mac. So, sort of to return the favor, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham did the backing vocals on his song. And it's really the only hit he ever had. And it wasn't that gigantic of a hit. But, he made some money out of it. But he still had to do some other things. So later, I can't remember what game show it was. It was one of those game shows like in the 80s, and he was a guest. And, they say, oh, tell us about yourself. He's like, oh, I'm a musician. I sing songs. Oh, have you done anything that we might know of? And so he started singing a little bit of his song. And the audience went nuts. They were like, oh, yeah, I remember that song. So that was kind of cool. I don't know how he did in the game show, but that's kind of cool. A song that I absolutely love from the 70s. Here's Walter Egan and Magnet and Steel in 9.5 WSKB.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. expertise, and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies, rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Time, I've been passing time, watching trains go by. All of my life, lying on the sand, watching seabirds fly. Wishing there would be someone waiting home for me. Something's telling me it might be you. It's telling me it might be you. All of my life, looking back as lovers go walking past. All of my life, wondering how they met and what makes it last. If I found the place, would I recognize the face? Something's telling me it might be you. Yeah, it's telling me it might be you. So many quiet walks to take, so many dreams to wake, and with so much love to make. I think we're gonna need some time. Maybe all we need is time. And it's telling me it might be you. All of my life. I've been saving love songs and lullabies, and there's so much more no one's ever heard before. Something's telling me it might be you. Yeah, it's telling me it must be you. And I'm feeling it'll just be you. All of my life. It's you. It's you. I've been waiting for all of my life. Maybe it's you. It's you. Maybe it's you. It's you. I've been waiting for all of my life. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. I've been waiting for all of
Are you ready to be part of the Adventure Zone?
Maybe.
Well, you are.
Okay. What's that?
That's a group that's coming through right now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They're
Just-
summer campers at Park and Rec.
I just want you to be clear about something, Peter. I was not singing that song about you, actually.
Okay.
Okay? I didn't want to disappoint you or anything. I didn't want to, raise your hopes up or something. But I was not singing that song.
Do you like the fact that I put you right in front of your car?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, you think I'm singing it to my car?
Yes.
But I'm a 2-car guy, though. I mean, and that's part of the problem I'm having. Charlotte and Jasmine.
Look at that window. Look at that effect of the rain falling on the wall behind you and stuff.
That's
pretty cool.
Yeah, Charlotte looks sharp. She's all washed and lacquered up. It's a very pretty red that she's kind of like a maroonish red. I like my car, even though Charlotte can be childish at times. She's got issues, but I love her.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's Stephen Bishop. Now, Stephen Bishop, of course, he appeared in a movie. Did you know that? He was in the movie Animal House.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah,
before.
he was
He was a guitar player.
Yeah, I gave my love a chicken. It had no bones, and then Belushi breaks his guitar. And Stephen Bishop, he had this song on and on. So the producers of the movie Tootsie came to him and they said, "Look, we want you to do the song." And so they gave him like 4 hours of unedited video of the movie just so he could get the sense of it. And to hold the place of the song, they played a song by, well, guess who? I mean, if you're in the 80s and you're going to make a movie, who do you associate?
Phil Collins?
Kenny Loggins.
Okay.
Then Phil Collins not a bad guess, but Kenny Loggins is the guy that...
Maybe Phil was more than 90s.
Probably, yeah. So Kenny Loggins, there was a Kenny Loggins song to hold the place. And they said, well, write something. And so he did. And, Damn You America, that song should have been a hit. Okay? It was from a hit movie, and it was a beautiful song. And I think it went to like number 26 or something. What the hell's the matter with you people?
It's all about timing.
It is.
We've said that time and time again around this show.
Being in a hit movie itself is worth 10 spots.
Not always.
It should have been. I wonder, like, they made a Broadway version of that show. I hope they kept that song in it. I really do.
Okay.
But I don't care enough to look it up, though. So, anyway, speaking of movie songs, John Parr had this song, and it was not a gigantic hit, but the producers of the movie, Say Elmo's Fire, absolutely loved it. And they said, this is the guy that we want to do a song, and they hired him to do The Man in Motion, which is not as good of a song as his first one, I don't think. This one's kind of catchy, but you know what? Well, let's play the first one because this is the one that got him the St. Elmo's gig. Here's Naughty Naughty, 89.5 WSKB.
Far to go.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Sitting in a restaurant, she walked by. I seem to recall that certain look in your eye. I said, "Who's that?" You said with a smile, "Oh, it's nobody, oh, nobody." Maybe that explains the last 2 weeks. You called me up, dead on your feet, working late again. I asked who with, you said nobody, oh, nobody. Well, your nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever? You say nobody's after you. The fact is, what you say is true. But I can love you like nobody can. Even better. Late last night, we went for a drive. You were miles away. I asked who's on your mind. You said nobody. Nobody. Why do you ask? Oh, her again. I could have told you that. We came back home, got ready for bed. I said to myself, I've got one shot left. You're still mine, and I won't stand in line behind nobody. Nobody. Well, your nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever? You say nobody's after you. The fact is, what you say is true. But I can love you like nobody can. Even better. Well, your nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever? You say nobody's after you. That is what you say is true. But I can love you like nobody can. Even better. Well, your nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever?
Clever. Oh, that's a damn catchy little song there. Sylvia, it's
I would dump that person if their nobody kept calling.
sure, that's probably a good way to do it, but she didn't want to stand in line, and she was going to, fight for her man. Now, it's a clever song. I think it's very. She was kind of technically a one-hit wonder. She had another country hit. It was a crossover. That was a country hit. It crossed over into the pop charts, but she had another song called "Snapshot." It sounded very, very similar. Different words, of course, and everything. But so what happened to Sylvia after her RCA contract ended? She took a break from touring and recording to focus on developing as a songwriter. And in the early '90s, she guest hosted TNN's Crook and Chase show and she had her own holiday gourmet cooking special. Pretty cool.
So she was Chase?
No. She was. I guess Crook and Chase were. They were the host of the show. But
Yep.
once in a while, like sometimes, especially if it's on every day, they need a guest host.
Gotcha.
She would be a frequent
fill-in.
guest host on the show, and she's charming enough lady, catchy little tune. We should have her on the show.
I keep telling you, man, you're producing your own show, so
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, why do I call you the producer?
I don't know. I'm just the technical guy.
I don't want to change the opening though. Pal and producer sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Okay. Well, yeah, but you're still.
So wait a minute. I'm the host, creator, and I'm the producer.
Yeah, you got to get your own guests. I don't have time for that.
Holy mackerel!
I told you that 9 years ago.
I need a.
I don't have time for that.
I should have my own office.
Yeah, good luck. I barely have my own office over here.
Yeah, just take out some of the paper in that closet over there, and I can put a small little desk, a TV tray.
Good luck.
I can fit a TV tray in there.
Good luck with that too.
All right, now this one, Jim Croce. Whenever
You're nobody's calling, looking for you. So
Are you serious? Somebody's calling?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, I see what you're trying to do there. I thought maybe somebody was actually calling. It's hot in here.
It's not hot over here.
It's hot in the studio.
You're wearing a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, but it's very thin. It's not like it's. Anyway, every time I play a Jim Croce song, I get sad because he was like 31 when he was killed in that plane crash, and I just think. I mean, I've never heard a bad Jim Croce song. I mean, maybe there's some filler on some album I haven't heard, but for the most part, if a Jim Croce song comes on the radio, I ain't changing it. And
right,
the thing,
I gotcha.
I mean, eventually, of course, as this, the 70s went into the 80s, I don't know if he could have kept up with the sound and everything, but we lost out on at least another great album, at least one. And to think of what we lost, how many more great Jim Croce songs we should have had that we were cheated out of. But so one day, Jim Croce, he was touring, and when he came home, with his wife after his death, she wrote a cookbook called Time in a Bottle. Cute, huh? Time in a bottle?
Yeah, I got you.
And she would put some stories about living with Jim Croce. And Jim Croce, he was out on the road for a long time, and he was finally coming home. And she was so happy to see him because, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Or out of sight, out of mind. I guess there's two competing theories there.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's go with A here. And she was so happy to see him, but when he came home, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you this. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. There are these record execs. They're coming over tomorrow for dinner, and I told them they could come. And then one person invited another one, so we got like 15 people coming tomorrow." And she was just absolutely livid, and she was mad, and he felt bad. He's like, "It's not really my fault." Because I didn't tell 15 people to come over. I did forget that a couple people were coming over, but, I guess I should have put my foot down and say, no, we can't have this many people over. So he kind of wrote her this song to make things right.
Did she get a writing credit on it? The gift that keeps on giving?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but what's cool, in these situations, I think I would if I was married to somebody that was like that, I would say, you know what, I'm going to make them mad more often. That way they'll get more hit records and we'll have more money.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous game to play, but you could probably get away with a couple of them.
I wouldn't.
All right, here's Jim Croce. I'll have to say I love you in a song. 89.5 WSKB.
Well, I know it's kinda late. I hope I didn't wake you, but what I've gotta say can't wait. I know you'd understand. 'Cause every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kinda strange. Every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. 'Cause every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. something that I just gotta say. Oh, you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
That song took a right turn halfway through. He's singing about, hey, hopefully they're, the kids are going to work this thing out, this love affair, and then suddenly he decides, no, go away.
Yeah.
Take that. That's a cool effect in the song. It's like, I didn't see that coming. Now, a song without a happy ending. Anyway, so the Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars wanted to. They wrote the song after seeing supposedly the movie Heartbreak Ridge. It was a line in that movie, and a lot of people give that movie credit for that song title, but actually, me being the historian, the vaudevillian that I am, that's a very, very old joke from the 30s. So as much as I love Clint Eastwood's movie, The Heartbreak Ridge, did not come up with that line. That's a very old.
Okay.
That's a very old vaudeville line. Not necessarily girl. It's just hey, no, don't go away, man. Just go away. So.
Okay.
It's an old title.
All right.
All right. You want to do some Bay State rock and roll?
Sure.
On this day in 2011, okay, I was very upset in 1988. The Cars disbanded, and 23 years later, okay, they put out an album. Of course, Ben Orr is no longer with them. Ben Orr passed away, so his bass parts were played a little bit by the producer and Greg Hawkes, who was a bit of a utility infielder when it came to music. He could, bothers me about the Cars. They had that one song there, the Dangerous Type, where they let Gregory Hawkes play the saxophone, and he's great. And that's the only time they use him. Like, you have a saxophonist in your band, and you only use him once out of, 6 albums? 7 albums? Why? I love the saxophone.
I don't know.
So anyway, on this day in 2011, they released a brand new album after all those years apart. It's called Move Like This, and they kick off a tour with a concert in Seattle. It doesn't go well. Playing again, the tensions soon resurface, and the tour is cut short after less than a month. But they don't play again together until their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in 2018. But it was a pretty good album. I immediately, when I found out that, oh my gosh, there's going to be a new Cars album, I have to go out and get it. And I don't know if I got it on the first day, but I'm telling you, I promise you this, I got it the first week it came out.
Gotcha.
I might have been busy that first day. I got stuff to do. I can't just drop what I'm doing, run out and buy a CD, especially since it's not the only day it's going to be on sale. But
okay.
I did get it its first week. From that album, and this was temporary, Steve and I had 2 sports shows. One of them was called Buster and the Whip. I was Buster, of course, and Steve the Whip Smith was my partner. And we used the opening theme to Sanford and Son for the first 2 years of the show. When this song came out, we converted. This became the opening theme to our sports show. Here's Blue Tip in 9.5 WSKB.
It's
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Saturdays were made for polka. Tune in to the Polka Jammer Network starting at 6 a.m. and Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellina, Breakfast at BB at 8:30.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
I don't want the live one.
All right, I'll have to go find it.
All
Hold
right,
on.
well, thank you very much.
I didn't know that was the live one.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, as I say, Peter, it's not your fault. I'm just going to blame you. But I know deep down it's not your fault. You're doing a hell of a job. And I've already said, like, I don't know if I would continue the show if you weren't, if you
All right.
quit or whatever.
This one looks a little better.
All right, cool.
We'll try this one.
Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You said one love, one life. When it's one need in the night. One love, we get to share it. Leaves you, baby, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. Whoa. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now it's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other, now we're doing it again. You say love is a temper, love a higher love. Love is a temper, love the higher love. You asked me to enter, well then you made me crawl, and I can't be holding on to what you got when all you got is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life,
I probably should have ended the show with that song.
It's not a bad song.
No, because I think I hurt my throat.
Oh.
I do it karaoke. I don't do it great, but I do it karaoke. But I think I hurt my throat trying to sing it. Now, one of the ways to make Bono mad, well, I'm not mad, but I guess frustrated, is so many people have gone up to him. Hundreds of people have gone up to him and said, "Oh man, your song won. We love your song won. We played it at our wedding." It's like, what the hell's the matter with you people? It's a song about breaking up. It's not a happy song. It's not a love song. Why would you possibly play that at your wedding? Do that with Sting too, in Every Breath You Take. People think it's about a stalker. What is the matter with you people? But people are nuts. Yeah, it's don't play it at your wedding. Are you going to get married again, you think? Did I put you on the spot?
Highly possible.
All
yes.
right. Don't play that.
So we've already talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't play that song at your wedding.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Got that.
Now, if you actually, you want to do? Hey, do you have the Mrs. Cockenlocker button handy?
I can get it pretty quickly.
Okay. Guess who I'm having lunch with today?
Hold on. Jeez.
Well, I figured we could have this conversation before you, as you're looking for the button. You see,
You could have walked in here and told me you were setting this one up.
I suppose I said that. But yes, I'm having lunch with Sue today after the show, the girl who played the victim in our murder mystery.
This is Cockenlocker.
There's Sue. Yeah, I'm gonna have lunch with Sue today. I haven't seen Sue in a while, so I figured, hey, you know what? She's at the. We're gonna have lunch at the Barnes Airport. Have you gone? I guess there's a restaurant there.
Tobiko.
Yeah, that's it.
It's quite good.
Well, I was afraid because I'm like, all right. I said,
Did you look up the menu?
Well, yeah, but hold on. You're jumping ahead of the story here. Let me tell the story. I've crafted this wonderful story with acts and preambles and all this dialogue and everything, and then you got to jump up and kind of mess up the whole script. Basically.
Well, you should maybe send me the scripts beforehand.
No, so she's working at the airbase, and she said, hey, why don't we meet there? She's like, I'm very, very busy. She's like, but yeah, I can meet you for lunch, at a certain time. And she said the place. So I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. And I looked at the place, and it said, sushi. I'm like, oh, God. But then I'm like, oh, hibachi, too. Okay.
Yeah,
I like hibachi. I was afraid that I was going to have to try to, I figured there was something I could have eaten. I'm not a sushi guy. I'm not a big seafood guy generally anyway. I like the fish and chips. And I miss the clams, the fried clams at Rom's.
They have a couple of good. They have a couple of really good appetizers too.
Mm. Yeah, so I'm going to do that.
They have Korean barbecue tacos.
Oh,
that are really good.
I had tacos the other day. I'll probably get like a hibachi or something. I saw this hibachi thing that sounded pretty good.
Yeah, that's usually good.
Yeah, so I'll get that. All right, now if you were, if you asked each individual Backstreet Boy, I don't know how you would meet all 5 of them. Are there 5? Yeah, there's 5, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, 4 out of the 5, if you'd asked all of them, what is your least favorite song you've ever done? 4 out of the 5 would tell you, if you want to be a good girl, get yourself a bad boy. The 5th one sang lead on it, so he doesn't answer that. He had no problem with the song, obviously. But, so they all hated that song. And it was written by Mutt Lange. Now, we've played a lot of songs by Mutt Lange. So you kind of think that, if Mutt Lange wrote them another song, they might say, I don't know, man. I didn't really care for your first one very much. But they did. They let Mutt Lange write them another song, and they recorded another Mutt Lange song, despite the fact that they 80% of the band hated his first attempt. Here's It's Gotta Be You, 89.5 WSKB.
Baby, it's the way you make me kinda get me go crazy. Never wanna stop. It's gotta be you. I can't control it anymore. I've never felt like this before. You really make me lose my head. My hungry heart must be fed. Baby, it's the way you make me kinda get me go crazy. It's gotta be you. All the way. It's gotta be you. Every day. I promise you I will be true. Yeah, it's only you. It's the way you move. Yeah, that's right. Kinda get me go. Ha, come on. It's the way you make me. It's gotta get me go crazy. Never stop. And you know I can't see the world I'm walking through 'cause of you. It's gotta be you all the way. It's gotta be you. I will be true. Yeah, it's all. It's gotta be you. I want it, baby. It's gotta be you. It's gotta be you. I want it, baby. It's got to be. It's got to be you. Right there. It's only you. I promise you I will be true. Yeah, it's only you.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Somewhere in the distance, I hear the bells ring. Darkness settles on the town as the children start to sing. And the lady across the street, she shuts out the night. Guess the thousands waiting as she turns out the light. But it's too late, too late, too late, too late for love. Too late, too late, too late, too late. The boys are dancing, girls go hand in hand. A bucket full of innocence, the entrance is grand. The green of
Def Leppard. Now, there was a bunch of acts in England. They were doing a Christmas special, and Def Leppard had such a tight schedule that as soon as the thing was over, they were supposed to hop on a plane because they were scheduled to film the video to that song. But they're hanging out at the after party, and they're sitting there having champagne with Meatloaf and Elton John, and they're like, we got to go. But they didn't want to go, and they kind of learned a lesson that even when you're on top of the world, what you got to do still beats what you want to do. Don't we all know that?
Yeah.
Now, the Temptations, of course, gigantic monster success. Well, they could have had a hit 2 years before their first hit. Berry Gordy wrote this song for the Temptations. And he's like, all right, why don't you guys show up at, such and such a time in the studio. We'll record the song and we'll release it. And I feel very confident about this. It's going to be your first hit. Yeah, the Temptations don't show up, whether they got the date wrong or whatever happened. And Berry Gordy is absolutely livid. So in this other studio, this band, the Contours, they're recording something. He's like, hey, guys, here, record this. That's for you. Go ahead, record it. And they did. And it became a monster hit. It was one of Motown's first hits. And it could have been the Temptations songs. But I think we've all...
Sometimes it's the right song with the right band.
And sometimes I think we've absolutely all loved the way the Contours did it. Here's Do You Love Me, 89.5 WSKB.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. And now I'm back to let you know I can really shake 'em down. Do you love me? I can really move. Do you love me? I'm in the groove. Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Watch me now. Hey. Oh, work it out, baby. Work. Well, you driving me crazy. Work. Just a little bit slow now. Work. I can mash potato. And do the twist. Now tell me, baby. Do you like it like this? Tell me. Do you love me? 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 Now that I can dance. Watch me now. Oh, shake it up, shake it. Oh, shake it down. Oh, and slow down.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
I hear you're taking the town again, having a good time with all your good time friends. I don't think that you think of me. You're on your own now, and I'm alone and free. I know that I should get on with my life, but a life lived without you could never be right. As long as the stars shine down from the heavens, long as the rivers run to the sea, I'll never get over you getting over me. I try to smile so the hurt won't show. Tell everybody that I was glad to see you go, but the tears just won't go away. Loneliness found me, looks like it's here to stay. I know that I ought to find someone new, but all I find is myself, always thinking of you. As long as the stars shine down from the heavens, long as the rivers run to the sea, I'll never get over you getting over me. Oh, no matter what I do, each night's a lifetime to live through. I can't go on like this. I need your touch, and you're the only one I've ever loved. As long as the stars shine down from the heavens, long as the rivers run to the sea, I'll never get over you getting over me. I'll never get over you getting over. Never get over you getting over. I'll never get over you getting over me.
Expose, kind of a weird history with the band. So they released 2 singles before their first album was released, Point of No Return and Exposed to Love. And by the time the album actually came out, each member of the band had been replaced or quit. So there was 3 girls that started off with the band, but by the time the album came out, there were 3 different singers.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and I guess it wasn't the 3 quit immediately and then 3 came in, so you'd have a new band, but it's like, all right, this one left, all right, and this one's in, okay, so you're still Expose, okay, and just kind of bizarre. That would make an interesting behind the music. I don't know if they've ever done that. That would be an interesting one. I would care to see that. I remember the first time I heard that song. It really smacked me in the face because I remember my college girlfriend. After college, we were on again, off again, on again, off again. And at the time, we were not only off again, we hadn't spoken in like 2 months. And my little brother, Tommy, wanted me to take him to the mall. He didn't have a license or anything. I was, the older brother. I'm like, yeah, I'll take you down to the Enfield Mall. He was meeting somebody. I forgot like why I didn't go in. He wasn't going to be in there long. I said, oh, I'll just wait for you in the car. And that song came on, and it like hit me like, geez, if Kathy bumps into a guy and he asked her, hey, are you single? Her answer is going to be yes, because she is. And the thought of that scared the hell out of me. I'm like, we got to try to make this work out.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
We didn't make it work out. If it had worked out, you would have known about it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, now this is one of my number one karaoke's. This is one of my go-to karaoke songs, especially if I'm in a new place and you want to go out and you want to strut your feathers and do your put your best foot forward. This is one of my number one karaoke hits. If my fictitious band, Buddy Sorrell's 5-man trio, was a real band, this would have been one of our big hits. Probably we would have saved it towards the end of the concert because that's sometimes we put well. So Joey Ramone, to get on stage, a lot of times he would use nasal like heat to loosen up his nose and everything. Well, one day it was a little too hot, and he actually burned his nose. They had to cancel the concert. He had to go to the hospital. He had to be treated, and he had the idea for this song as he was sitting in the hospital getting sedated and treated for his injuries. Here's the Ramones, and I Want to Be Sedated, in 9.5 WSKB.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
If there's one thing in my life that's missing, It's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. There's lots of those friendly people, they're showing me ways to go, but I never want to lose their inspiration. Time for cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. And now that my life is so prearranged, I know that it's time for a cool change. Well, I was born in the sign of water, and it's there that I feel my best. The albatross and the whales, they are my brothers. It's kind of a special feeling when you're out on the sea alone, staring at the full moon like a lover. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Now that my life so prearranged, I know that it's time for a cool change. I've never been romantic, and sometimes I don't care. I know it may sound selfish, but let me breathe the air. Yeah, let me breathe the air. If there's one thing in my life that's missing, it's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. It's kind of a special feeling out on the sea alone, staring at the full moon like a lover. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change. Now that my life is so prearranged, I know that it's time for a cool change.
Everybody loves the Little River Band. They just don't know that they do. You ask people, hey, do you like the Little River Band? And they might say, I don't know. And they name like a couple of their songs, like, oh, yeah, I love the Little River Band.
Right.
Everyone loves them. They just don't realize that they do.
There's a couple of bands like that for me.
The lead singer wrote that song because there was all these tensions in the band. He didn't tell everybody what the song was about. He wrote it because he goes, everyone's getting along like chalk and cheese. That would have been a good title for the song, Chalk and Cheese. It was a strange mixture. And basically he goes, it was a cry for help, and I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to like insult everybody or start more arguments. But basically the band was basically how nobody was getting along, and it's time for a cool change. And yeah, we didn't get too many more songs after that one by the Little River Band.
Yep.
So that's the show. Did you learn something, Peter?
Sure.
I hope you. We're not going to be here next week. We'll play a best of. Pick a good one.
I'll let Kenny pick a good one.
Okay, Kenny can pick a good one. My name is Michael Buster McMahon. Drink your milk and look both ways before crossing the street and never, ever give up your dreams. That's my pal and producer, Peter Cole. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
We like to end with something kind of fun, and I absolutely love this. I think this is hilarious. This is Rowan Atkinson interviewing Elton John. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Mwah.
Good evening and welcome to the National Theatre for this, the third in our series of informal conversations with major performers. It has been a very exciting season so far, which has encompassed such performing giants as Sir Ian McKellen, Dame Judi Dench, and of course, Christopher Biggins. But tonight we are to welcome a man who, although no giant, has nevertheless made a huge impression in his chosen field. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. Elton, do you mind if I call you Elton?
No, it's fine.
Good. Well, Elton. I'm sure the first question that everybody would like to ask you is this. Funny name, Elton. How did you come by it?
Well, I used to be in a band, and I wanted to become a singer in my own right, and I wanted to choose a name, and the saxophone player in the band was called Elton, so I chose that name.
Hmm? Did you ever consider John Elton?
No.
You didn't? No. Okay. Right, well, let's start with those early albums, then. One of which I believe was called simply Elton John.
Yes, that's correct.
And you didn't feel awkward with the name at all?
No.
You didn't feel that people might say, wait a minute, they mean John Elton. They've cocked up the record sleeve and printed the bloody name the wrong way around. You didn't think that?
No, I thought it sounded great, and, you know, I thought people would be more interested in the music rather than the name.
Hmm. Now, to the songs themselves, many of the lyrics were, of course, written by Bernie Taupin.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Well, I'd like to talk about Bernie for a while, since obviously he's been an enormous influence on your career.
Yes, he has, yes.
Tell me, did you ever discuss changing his name? Because presumably Taupin Bernie would have been more consistent with your Elton John.
Look, do you want to talk about the old songs or not?
All right, the songs. The old songs. Your song is a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite popular, yes.
Well, there is a verse in that song in which, talking about the eyes of the person that the song is about, you sing, "Excuse me for asking, these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue."
Yes.
What I'd like to know is this. Is it this sort of chronic forgetfulness that led you to forget that Elton is not, in fact, a Christian name at all? It is a surname. And not a very attractive one at that.
Let's talk about something else, shall we? Forget the name.
All right, Mr. John. Let's talk about being a stage performer, should we? Tell me, do you ever watch other performers and get jealous?
I'm not sure I follow you there. I mean, jealous of what?
Well, for instance, Ben Elton.
I don't have to do this, you know.
All right. Look, I'm sorry.
Go.
All right. Fair enough, moving on then. Many consider your masterpiece, of course, to be the album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And there is one song that people are particularly moved by called Candle in the Wind.
Yes, a lot of people seem to like that song.
Now, this song is in fact dedicated to Norma Jean Baker, who, of course, changed her name to Monroe Marilyn.
Marilyn Monroe.
My point exactly. Marilyn is a Christian name, so it comes first. Can't you see that? Are you word blind or something? I mean, it's...
I've had enough of this.
Well, all right, no, wait, please. I'm sorry. See, please, I'm sorry, it was my mistake. I'm sorry. There's only one more question to go. It won't take long, really. It won't take a moment. Sorry, there's only... I am... Please, sit down. One final question. You've obviously achieved enormous success over the years, but in fact, you didn't have a solo British #1 until this year, with a song called Sacrifice. Now, my big question is this. Surely, you wouldn't have had to wait so long for a #1 if it hadn't been for your stupid, pointless, bloody name!
Bang! What a head, Dick.